Oh, you guys are so funny. Oh, hey, horror fans. Um, just here having a conversation with Sheila and Joel behind me. If you don't know who they are the two main characters in Santa Clarita Diet, which I'm going to be reviewing right now. As usual, cast and crew and some other information is down below. And I'll start off by seeing the plot on IMDb. It's really short, and basically it says Sheila and Joel are married real estate agents in Santa Clarita, California. When Sheila dies, their lives take a dark turn. So, yes, they do. So, yes, as the couple behind me, um, you see them, they look pretty normal. The normal couple, married, and they do have a teenage daughter. And right off the bat, let's see, I saw this, before I get into their whole story, I saw this on Netflix. This is a Netflix show. Some of you may have already seen it, it's been out for a while. It had 3 seasons, so obviously I just caught it. And, I guess right off the bat, I'll just say, I wish it would have had a 4th season. It was that good, or at least I enjoyed it that much. I would have taken a 4th season for sure. And so anyway, back to their story. It wastes, it's what 9 or 10 episodes a season. So yeah, it doesn't waste much time, and I guess that's one of the good things about some of these series on something like Netflix. They kind of try to get right to the point here, and so it jumps right off in the first episode, and they never say zombie in the show. I don't think they ever did. They just kind of refer to Sheila as the one who turns, and they just refer to her as undead. Um, I don't really want to give away the exact um, what happens when she turns undead, because I think it's pretty funny and a little unexpected. But yeah, right in the first episode, she turns, and from there on out, it's just a really crazy ride. Um, she doesn't, like I said, they never refer to her as a zombie, and this is not one of those things where um, she turns into a zombie looking like she's on The Walking Dead. Um, she keeps to her human form pretty much. The only big difference is that she has a hunger for people, for flesh, and no longer for regular food like the rest of us. And she never becomes so out of control where she is basically hunting people down. Um, they try as hard as they can to stick to the same family dynamics, obviously, but she's undead, so things become totally crazy as they try to hide her secret. Um, they kind of pull a Dexter, where they decide that she's not just going to eat anybody. She's going to try to eat bad people, either people that um, are harm to their family, or maybe find out their secret, or just bad people overall. And that's what they try to stick to the entire time. And some people make it very easy for them to kill. Others are a little more unexpected. Sometimes it's they try to give the person the benefit of the doubt. They don't really want to kill them, but then somebody puts their foot in their mouth and just shows that they're a really bad person, so they end up getting eaten. Um, the husband here, Joel, takes some time to get used to this. He wants to support his wife. So it's not one of the things where he just sends her off and lets her do it. He wants to be involved. He tries to help as much as he can. Uh, you know, Obviously her being undead, she can't really be killed unless we all know, like a shot or a blow to the head and so forth. So she's pretty indestructible, so she handles much of the fighting and so forth. And when it comes time to really killing, but he's around. He tries to help. Again, they also take part in the Dexter technique of having a room with plastic. So sometimes they carry it with them. Later on, they get a storage unit where they store, body parts and so forth. And that room is in plastic, and sometimes they'll try to draw people there in different reasons. There is a funny, I'm going to say, a group of people that she decides that she's going to kill one by one. I don't want to give it away. I want you guys to see that. Definitely people who I think most people would consider fair game to eat if you were hunting bad people. And let's see, they have a teenage daughter who they try to keep her away from this, but as the seasons go on and as time goes on, she becomes more and more involved, and basically is she's trying to go to school, or that's what her parents want her to do, but she's kind of getting involved more and more with what her parents are up to, and it kind of emboldens her and kind of lights a firecracker in her and shows her to take it to the world as opposed to the world taking it to her. And then there's a neighbor boy who's in her same grade, very smart, but very awkward, and he's totally in love with her. She battles whether she has the same feelings for him, but they kind of work around that, and then they're really good friends first and foremost. But he's a very awkward kid, very smart, like I said, and she doesn't hide the secret from him. He knows, but he's kind of like one of us. He's into the horror and sci-fi thing and going to conventions and stuff like that. So he's all down for it. He doesn't tell anybody the secret. He keeps their secret. He tries to help out in finding out what exactly happened to their mom and why she turned, and there's a whole backstory, and I'll get on that in a second. But the relationship, one of the good things about this show and is the relationship between the mom and the dad, and then even their relationship with their daughter, and then the daughter's relationship with the neighbor boy next door. They're very close, and the mom and dad obviously, they do everything for each other and to stay together and keep the secret, and then the boy and the girl, they have other secrets, other things going on. Not everything is just involving keeping their mom's secret. They have some other secrets, and they find themselves doing a few things that maybe they shouldn't do, and it's overall the show is really funny. I think between those four characters, anytime they're going back and forth, it's very funny, keeps you entertained, and so forth. So there's a little bit more to the story here, and a little bit of, I guess, a history here of in turn of how she turned and how she became undead, and I guess it involves Serbia and the Knights of Serbia. So there's like an ancient story. There's a book that they search out and they eventually get their hands on, which kind of helps them understand a little bit more about what's going on here, and ultimately they're kind of trying to search for a cure for her, and there's a few other strange things that's going on here. I don't want to dive into every single thing here. I'm going to keep some stuff for you guys to check out if you haven't seen this yet. And basically, there's this whole Knights of Serbia thing where I guess they're tasked to eliminate the undead, but they find the book, and this kind of tells them that, and they kind of also search out other undead. There are a few other undead in Santa Clarita, and they search them out to see what they're up to see if they're killing people, if they're being good. Sometimes it goes okay, and sometimes it doesn't. And let's see what else to say about this. So yeah, so as it goes on and as it gets into the season 3, you get more and more involved with with these knights and so forth. And I guess there's a little bit of an interesting twist in the story there. I don't want to give that away, which kind of helps and ultimately leads to how the series left off. I did a little searching and so forth when I found out how many seasons it ended, and it seemed like a lot of people wanted it to come back. I have no idea why it didn't, whether Netflix was just done with it. I guess, you can see from behind me that's Drew Barrymore, who is playing Sheila. I don't know if maybe she didn't want to do it. I don't want to blame it on her. I have really no idea why they stopped the show, but it seemed like it could go on. I'm looking here in IMDb. It has a high rating, so it seemed like a lot of people liked it. So, maybe Netflix just wanted to move on. I don't know, or maybe some of the cast wanted to move on. I have no idea. But it's well worth watching all 3 seasons. I thought it was hilarious. Obviously, there's plenty of blood in it. She's chomping on body parts and attacking people, and plenty of good scenes like that. And even she deteriorates in a little bit of ways. They keep it real hidden overall, but I think at one point she loses a toe or a finger comes off or something like that. One time she really messes up her arm and they have to put it back in place. But so yeah, there's if you're looking for blood and guts, there's that as well. They don't really hide from that. Just the way they set up all the characters and the relationships they have with each other. They keep it lighthearted, very comedic, and there's even 2 other realtors who I guess are rivals of Joel and Sheila, and every time they meet, it's always a good time of trash talking, basically. Each couple says they're the better realtors in the area, and there's just a ton of shit talking and so forth, and it's pretty funny. And there are some other surprises in the show. I don't want to give it away. They end up keeping a interesting character in their basement. There's a little bit more to when you become undead, and it also comes with something else. Again, I don't want to say, which is an interesting addition. And I wish if it's kind of one thing I wish if the seasons had gone on, they would have maybe explained a little bit more of why that was. Again, I don't want to. I want to throw that out there and give it away because I thought it was just something different you don't see with some of the other, certainly don't see on the Walking Dead or in regular zombie movies. I guess it was their addition to this story and so forth. But I'm 100% behind this, and I wish they did more, but I guess it's over now. But still, where they left it off, I think was okay. It was one of those things where they clearly 100% left it off like they were coming back, and just didn't and left you off a cliff there. They lifted it at a seemingly decent point. Like I said, there are probably a few other things that could have gone on. They could have answered and so forth, and I'm sure they could have done a 4th season. But anyways, so yeah, 3 seasons, plenty of comedy. Again, great acting, funny relationships between the characters, great characters, blood and guts. So it had a little bit of everything in there, and yeah, really not your standard Walking Dead zombie kind of thing. More of the try to maintain your life the way it was, but you are a zombie kind of thing. And so with that, I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to give the series, say 4 pools of blood. I really enjoyed it. I don't know how many nights it took to watch it, but we probably watched 3 or 4 episodes every sitting, usually. So you should be able to get through it pretty decently. Like I said, I think it's 9 to 10 episodes a season, and it seems to go pretty quick, and it's entertaining and so forth. So it's been out there for a while, and I know you're probably searching out maybe some newer things, but if you're looking for something, a series to watch that you've missed, I definitely recommend this one 100%. Good realtors, maybe not the best, but eventually, decent hunters, I guess you want to say, or flesh eaters, or so forth. But anyway, that is Santa Clarita Diet, 4 Pools of Blood, and again, that's on Netflix. Have, again, information down below, and you can catch more reviews at horosgoryreviews.blogspot.com. You can also feel free to subscribe to this channel if you're just looking for the videos, and I'll have social media information down below as well. So until the next review, horror fans, I'll catch you later.